What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, today's video is pretty much part 2 of yesterday's video, where I explained the letter that was written by Scott Drott to Greg McCabe, and I explained to you the questions that he asked just recently. On top of that, I will show you an answer from John Brda. And I have to say that today's video has a lot of updates in our case, and potentially we are about to see another lawsuit, not a class action lawsuit, but some kind of other lawsuit that potentially might lead to something new in our case. And guys, I'm pretty much confused with all of these recent actions, but I will try to explain my thoughts and I'll try to find out the main narrative of both sides of this conflict. And before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reason you want. And by the way, guys, I have to admit that since I started my investigation, and you know that I don't have any shares of MMTLP and never had, and that is why I can tell you that I'm completely unbiased. But on the other hand, a lot of people, not a lot of, but some people in the comment section want to say that I'm biased towards the position of Scott Drott and Mark Basile. Guys, I am still unbiased. My main position and my point of view is following. I want to see the resolution for MMTLP community members, and for now, the most prominent path to this resolution is the litigation path. And guess what? We have just 2 lawsuits, pretty much we have 1 lawsuit, and one lawsuit was recently switched to arbitration. And these 2 lawsuits were made by Scott Drott and Mark Basile. That is why, guys, with a very close deadline of statute of limitations, and let me remind you that we have left not more than just 1 month, we have to act more active. And despite all the internal fights that we have right now, we have to push our case forward externally. So, and let's start with this tweet. I showed you this tweet just yesterday, and it was published by Scott Drott. He also published this set of questions on November the 1st. It is 31 questions that should be asked and that were asked to Greg McCabe, but I want to pay attention to just several of them. In my opinion, all of these questions are not so, the majority, let's put it this way, the majority of these questions are not so important in terms of the MMTLP saga itself. Some of these questions, in my opinion, are the questions to Greg McCabe himself, in order to prove the position of Scott Drott that Greg McCabe is one of the wrongdoers. And guys, I disagree with this position of Scott. That is why I want to focus on just 3 questions. Let me quote to this one. Number 7. When is the next investors presentation? If not, what's your 5-year plan? And guys, for sure, we don't have enough transparency from the NextBridge Hydrocarbons and from its board of directors. We don't know their plans, we don't know their intentions. Next one, number 8. What efforts have been made by NextBridge to obtain a resolution of the share imbalance? And again, we don't have any official letters that were written from NextBridge Hydrocarbons to authorities in order to find this resolution. We don't have any actions at all. Let me show you another question. Number 22. Why did NBH miss the mandated payment of approximately $132,000 to University Lands in May of 2024 for the Orogrande lease? And this is the reason why the Orogrande Basin, the Orogrande asset was lost by NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And we don't know why did it happen. Basically, we know that they didn't pay for this contract, but why didn't they do it? We don't know the reason. And that is why, guys, I think these are 3 the most important questions, and all other questions are not so important. It is just my point of view. You can agree or disagree with it. Let me show you another update and let me show you the answer from John Brda to Scott Roth's letter. And let me quote it for you. Scott, I will let McCabe defend himself, and I truly believe your insinuations on him are way off base. Throughout his entirety of his involvement with TRCH and now thrust into NBH, he did nothing but put shareholders first above himself and personal gain. As to the questions about me, direct them at me, not McCabe. You will find that all of the compensation I received is documented and by the book. Check the filings. Secondly, go back in time on my posts and see what I gave up for the sake of the shareholders all over time. I will let McCabe respond if he chooses to. He was not paid employee of TRCH and he takes no salary in Enbridge Hydrocarbons. As to Andrew, I didn't meet him until after the halt via Zoom call. He has never spoken to McCabe. By the way, he is not paid by me, TRCH, NBH or McCabe. Anyone insinuating this is way off base. I have never paid anyone to post on social media or take a position on influence in any way. To assume this is also face. Lastly, you keep forgetting that McCabe and I, when the merger happened, become non-affiliated shareholders of MMAT and MMTLP. No board membership, no officer duties, and no restrictions on our abilities to do anything. NBH did not bring McCabe into the mix until after the spin-out, and at the point where NBH bought his interests in the Orogrande. I don't feel like it's my place to answer for him, but I know from personal day-to-day activity your accusations are entirely off base. This is not to say I don't support you in your efforts against Ari and Schwab. I certainly do, but I do not support your efforts trying to punish NBH and McCabe. So guys, pretty straightforward answer, and I have to say that again I partially agree with John Brda, but at the same time, guys, I still have some questions that I want to know. And one of these questions is what happened to Flamethrower and what happened to the involvement of Wes Christian to this case. And by the way, guys, we also have a quite interesting update in regards to Wes Christian and his new involvement in this case. I will show you this later. And guys, I have to say that Scott also answered to this post the following. John, did you sell 300,000 shares of MMTLP before the halt after telling people it's going way higher? And the problem of this statement is following, guys. John Brda is free to sell every share that he owns. But at the same time, guys, my another question to John is following. Why did he sell while he was telling us that he didn't sell any shares? And this is the question. Basically, he lied to us and he made it in a live stream that was made back in 2022. This is the question. And guys, that is why we have several, basically two opinions. Some people want to thank John because of this statement, and some people like Platinum wrote, for example, this. She wrote, yeah, great job with that 1.5 million bonus for the MMTLP merger. Are you saying you didn't pay stock support consultants, emailing them about the short position and how to market in the dividend and no consultant agreements to introduce TRCH to retail? And you didn't keep inadequate books to conceal their identities? And guys, she refers to the lawsuit that was filed against John Brda and George Palikaras and MMAT by SEC Commission. And here you can see that under the section 1, Brda profited from the fraudulent scheme. You can see under the numbers 109, 110, 111 that he received some money. And guys, this case is an ongoing case. So let me show you. Right here, the number of this case. On the third page, you can see that the number of this case, 1:24 CV 04806. And here you can see on the Pacer monitor the same exact case. It is the Securities and Exchange Commission versus Brda et al. And this case is ongoing. You can see that it was filed, and I don't have the access behind the paywall, but it was filed, I think, on May 25th, and it is still ongoing case. We have two letters that were written by John Brda and George Palikaras in response to all of these allegations, and for now we don't have judge's decision. That is why, guys, these type of statements, let me show you right here, these type of statements that were made by Platinum need to have some resolution or some rulings from the judge, and we have to see the end of this case in order to have this as a pure evidence of their wrongdoings. That is why, guys, I have to say that yes, on the one hand, John has done a very good job because of this answer, but on the other hand, I still have some to his behavior back in the days. So let me show you another update. Just yesterday I showed you this letter, this tweet that was written by Mark Basile, where he explained that potentially due diligence was the reason of the U3 halt. And I don't want to dig deeper inside this tweet, I just want to show you some answers. So, wait a second, I want to show you that right after this tweet was made, and RareDD wrote the following tweet, where he showed that potentially Mark Basile also doesn't have a perfect behavior in this case, in these cases with the retail investors. And here you can see the tweet in addition to the tweet that was made by RareDD, and this tweet was made by Elf Carbon. And she refers to the case which has a rulings from judge, and where the Mark Basile's firm was as the law firm who represents the plaintiff side, and he basically lost this case according to these documents. But at the same time, guys, let me show you this. Mark wrote in response to Elf Carbon, "Poor Elf Carbon, this is why you can't trust their DD. Better check the 9th Circuit Court where it counts, vacating the trial court decision against our client. This is why you can't trust their DD. They always tell half of the story." And he also added this: "Minions and their DD team are in panic mode. Wonder why. Damage control high, and I didn't even file the next suit yet. That will be near and dear for their hearts." So, guys, this statement shows that he will file another lawsuit, and I don't know the grounds of this lawsuit, and nobody knows. But definitely it is a next step in our saga, and for now I don't know against whom this lawsuit will be filed and what purposes this lawsuit will have. But he also added as his defense line this link, lawjustia.com, and here is the statement. Let me show you. It is memorandum, appeal from the United States District Court for the Southern District of California. Mr. James Lawrence, District Judge presiding, argued and submitted May 11, 2023, San Francisco, California. And I sent this document to ChatGPT, and here is the answer. What does it mean? The Ninth Circuit reviewed an appeal involving Social Life Network and LGH Investments over a 2019 loan agreement. The District Court initially dismissed Social Life's claims against LGH under Rule 12b-6. The court remanded the case to the District Court for the further proceedings on the usury issue. Judge S.R. Thomas partially dissented, supporting the District Court's view that the loan was exempt from usury laws. So, guys, this means this tweet proves that we cannot rely on this type of tweets which explains the position of Mark Basile without our own due diligence. It is just a part of the truth. That is why, guys, in my opinion, we are at the point in our saga in which we have to double check all of our statements. We have to double check all of our efforts in order to have the proper steps towards the resolution. And at this point, I have to admit that I don't like the actions that are happening right now inside the community. But at the same time, guys, my main goal is to push this case forward. And by the way, as I already mentioned, some people in the comment section thinks that I don't do enough in order to push this case forward. And I don't do any investigations, I don't write any type of letters or some kind of that. And guys, it is not my battle. I'm here just to help you, and I don't even a US citizen, I don't live in the United States, I don't have any MMTLP shares. I'm here just to help you. And the Patreon support that you can find at the end of each and every video is nothing more than just money for my children. And guys, believe me, I have enough money. This is just my contract with my own sons in order to pay them back for the time that I steal from him in order to give you this information. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. And so let's move forward and let me show you. So I showed you this tweet just a couple of minutes ago, and another very important, in my opinion, statement. George Palikaras wrote this. This is a major start. This is for all of you. More will follow. Our trustee hiring Wes and his team as special counsel in this strategic move. All shareholders should take time to understand its potential impact. I am forever thankful for their support, collaboration, and commitment to see this through. I wish I could share more with you all. Stay tuned. And he added the link to this document, and here you can see that Wes Christian and his company, Christian Atarlo and Kasowitz Benson Torres, is a part, for now, it is a part of the case of metamaterials. And on the one hand, it is very, very good update, especially if you also have some MMAT shares. But on the other hand, guys, take a look right here. We have a lot of questions to his work, and I have to say that my personal question is following. What is the result of their investigation for flamethrower in regards to MMTLP case? We don't have these results. And guys, this is the tweet from Sam IM, and you know that her position is very debatable, but at the same time we have to know all points of view of MMTLP community members, and this is in my opinion quite important. LOL, so they will let Wes work on it at no upfront cost. He can have 30% if he wins. So why exactly couldn't he do this 1.5 years ago, before MMAT went bankrupt? It cost George and Flamethrower nothing. They step in at last minute just in time to be out of MMTLP. So guys, I don't want to comment on this tweet, but this information definitely raises more questions. And if you are smart enough, you can see the bigger picture of this problem. And this problem is not a one-sided problem. We have a lot of problems inside the community. We have a lot of problems with the former management of the Torchlight Energy, MMTLP, and for now NextBridge Hydrocarbons. We have a lot of misleading actions that led us basically nowhere, and we still have a chance to win this battle. That is why I'm here. But guys, don't forget that we have this type of so-called path to the resolution. And wait a second, I showed you this news just yesterday. Potentially we are about to see a class action lawsuit that will be filed within next month or so in order to stay in line with the deadline of statute of limitations. And definitely guys, I cannot suggest you to do anything, but keep in mind that class action lawsuit usually is not the best choice for shareholders, and it is not the best choice for MMTLP community in general. I covered this multiple times. I don't want to waste your time, but just keep in mind that the actions, basically we have a lot of actions that are happening right now, and we have to be extremely cautious. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap.